Saturday is generally my busiest work day. At 9:15 I run a fitness class on Zoom. After that I'm teaching Systema martial arts for a couple of hours. Quite often after that I might have someone come over for a one-to-one private lesson. If not, or also, I'm usually finishing off my podcast, the Innsmouth Book Club, which goes out on the Sunday. So first thing Saturday morning is not a good time to get an email telling you that your Facebook account has been deleted. Yes, today on Dragon's Teeth we're asking the question, what the flip is going on with Facebook? Hi folks, thanks for joining me today on Dragon's Teeth. So yes, that's basically what happened. I turned my phone on about 8:15 Saturday morning. There's an email saying you can't advertise on Facebook anymore. You've been blocked from advertising. To be honest, I thought this was one of those phishing emails, so I didn't really look at it. But then I scroll up and then there's another message saying your Facebook account has been suspended due to breaking our terms and conditions. Click this link, etc., etc. Well, again, this is potentially a phishing email because there's a lot of those around at the moment. And I make a habit of, on the phone, I never click on a link for any email. So I use the laptop for my Zoom class. I fired up the laptop, getting ready for class, had a look on there, went through to my actual Facebook page. Yes, I couldn't get access to it. So I think, okay, this is one of those things, you know, it happens from time to time. I don't post anything political. Most of the stuff I post is about my activities in gaming or martial arts, whatever it is. Probably just some sort of blip. And it said in order to get access back for your Facebook account, all you have to do is upload a little video of yourself. I thought, okay, I've had to confirm my identity before on Facebook. You know, you do a little puzzle or you send them your date of birth or whatever it is. Of course, with the caveat that you are sure you're actually talking to Facebook and not some scam thing. But this video thing was a new one on me. All right, I've got 10 minutes before the class starts. I've got the laptop set up here. Let's click on that. And this thing comes up that says 3, 2, 1. You've got 3 seconds to fit your face in this little circle on the screen. And then the instructions were, you'll see arrows at the bottom of the picture. When the arrow lights up, turn your head in that direction. So picture this. I'm looking at the screen here and it starts recording and the little arrow does that. So I go. Now, of course, here's the flaw in their cunning plan. I can't see the screen. So I look back and the little arrow is already pointing somewhere else. So I do that and then go like that and it's already gone somewhere else. So I tried this a few times before I got one that I thought was closest to the instructions that followed. Sent that off. It said you'll get a report back in 48 hours. We'll let you know. Okay. Do my fitness class. Have a quick look before my second class, before the lads arrive for the second class. And I'll get a thing that says, your authorization was not recognized. We have shut down your Facebook account. There is no further appeal. Oh, right. Okay. I've got to deal with that later. I'll do my class, finish that, then get back on the computer upstairs to investigate further. And sure enough, exactly as the page said, I went on my main computer, brought up the Facebook page, tried to log in and got the message saying, you can't sign in. You've had your chance to appeal. That's it. Do you want to download your information? Well, I thought I might as well do that. If I can do something, I'll do anything. I thought, will this download all the stuff that I've uploaded to Facebook over the last, I don't know, how many years? 10 years at least. No, you download your information and it just sends you things like your date of birth, where you live, your password, all the stuff you know already. So I thought, okay, what's going on with this? Is this something I've posted? Again, as I said, I don't post anything political. Have I put in a wrong word somewhere? I did read that someone had a post taken off because they said, oh, if I'd have known something or other, I could kick my own arse. Basically, putting themselves down. And that got flagged up. And I know this is all AI that does this now, right? This is the other gripe, as I discovered that people have. When this happens to you, you can't talk to anyone. You can send off emails, perhaps, if you can find an address. But one person, as we'll find out later on, I think they were sending an email every day or every other day, never got any response. So there I am, locked out of my Facebook account and with no further recourse, it seems. My next plan was, okay, I've got stuff to do. My podcast is going out tomorrow. I've got to get that posted up on all my various groups. I know then, I'll set up a new Facebook account. So, same name, of course, different email address. So I've got a few email addresses. Sign up. Great, that all starts going okay. I put out messages on a few boards to say, look, this has happened to my Facebook account. This is my new one, blah, blah, blah. Friended a few people that I maybe need to talk to this week. So I use Messenger quite a lot on Facebook. That's all going okay. I think, phew, well, at least I've got access to some of my groups and that sort of thing. Then, in the middle of the afternoon, I go back onto that just to check something. Same thing. Access denied. You need to prove that you're human. Might be a big ask, perhaps. And I have to do this silly bloody video thing again. It reminds me of there was a video by the Bonzo Dog Doodah band called Head Ballet, where they're all sat there like this. I'll put a link to that below. If you can get a laugh out of this, then that's something. So I do the Head Ballet again, and that comes back straight away. No, that's it. Your new account, which is only a couple of hours old, that's been deleted. That's been shut down. No further appeal is possible. Now, when this sort of stuff happens, it's very easy to take it personally because, of course, for most of us, Facebook is a personal thing. We're putting up pictures of our lives. We're sharing things with friends for the most part. It's called social media. But I know, as I said, that this now is all done on AI, or for the most part seems to be done on AI. So you can't take it personally. And I thought, surely this can't just be me. So I started doing a bit of research, looking around, and I found a ton of stuff, particularly on Reddit. Now, Reddit is not a platform that I use very much. I have a glance on there now and then. But I found within the first few minutes of searching a number of groups called things like, why are Facebook deleting accounts? And they were full of posts, hundreds of posts in some cases, people explaining exactly the same thing that happened to me. In some cases, these were whole profiles. In other cases, these were just groups. Someone had said they'd set up a rambling group, rambles around East Devon or whatever it is, couple of thousand members, gone. Similar stories from so many people. I then found an article on a BBC website, again I'll link to that down below, saying that Facebook was getting a lot of complaints about this issue, and Facebook's response was sort of, yeah, we know, yeah, it's okay, yeah, we'll, whatever. Great. Some people were reporting that after, anything from a few hours to, in one case, weeks, their profiles were being restored. They were getting access back. But that was a very small minority. For most people, it seemed whatever you've been putting up on Facebook over the last 2, 5, 10, 20 years, however, boom, gone. So, of course, from a personal sense, this is a real pain because, like many of us, I use Facebook to keep in touch with friends and family who are scattered all around the world. I've got family still down in London. I've got friends in Australia, Canada, America, you name it. And Facebook was a very easy way to keep in touch. Phone calls take time. There's a time difference, everything else. You can send someone a message. You can send them a photo. They'll pick it up when they're ready. They'll respond and so on. So great for that, which I guess is what Facebook was originally intended to do. But there's another side of that as well. And I, like many people, use Facebook as an integral part of my business. Generally, that will be posting on relevant groups about my activities. For example, in Wargaming, we use a set of rules called Fantastic Battles for our fantasy gaming and for our Bane Wars campaign. They've got a group on Facebook set up by the author of the rules, so it's great. You can speak directly to him, ask any questions about the rules. People send in battle reports, ideas and all this sort of stuff, and I've been sharing my Bane Wars campaign on there. All my posts on there now gone. Likewise, if I'm putting out martial arts videos saying this is a clip of my new download, or I put out a monthly vlog, all that sort of thing on both my group and various other martial arts groups, all gone. Everything, the whole lot. So not only do I not get access to Facebook, but anything I've posted, any group I've set up, anything I've shared is no longer there. And this is particularly annoying because, as you know, if you're a regular here, I'm working through my Innsmouth build. And the last video I did with my Innsmouth houses, my first little setup, I was really pleased with how everything was looking. I posted that to some Facebook groups on making terrain and tabletop gaming, that kind of thing. And for once was getting really good engagement. I think I had about 30 comments or something come in. Some new subscribers came into the channel. People were sharing ideas. So we've got a nice little thread going on that group. All gone. So what do? I don't know. I'm open to suggestion. Do I sit tight and wait and hope that the gods of Facebook give me access again? Is this all some big cock-up of their new AI system and someone's going to come in and fix it? Now, I know, of course, on Facebook there are a lot of fake profiles. There are a lot of fake ads and all this sort of stuff. And this is actually something that has been annoying me about that platform for a while anyway. We know that there are scam ads on there. So I delete them. Sometimes I report them. But one thing I have reported, because another thing we see a lot of, is something I would definitely say was against community standards. So posts, for example, where a whole specific type or ethnicity of people are likened to cockroaches or something similar. Or people even calling for violence against an elected person, be that an MP or a mayor or something like that. I have reported those in the past. Guess what? 99% of the time I get a thing back saying, this comment did not go against our community standards, so we have not deleted it. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? You know, people are putting up posts sharing knitting patterns and they're being deleted. They're being denied access to their accounts. Now, I don't want to get into conspiracies and all that because I think this is a problem inherent in the system. Starting to sound like holy ground now. Come and see the problem inherent in the system. This is some sort of glitch or whatever. But Facebook, really, come on. You've been doing this stuff for years. You should be able to work this stuff out now. And at least give people some sort of recourse if they think a mistake has happened. Don't just say, that's it, you can't appeal anymore. At least give us some way of getting in touch with you to say, actually, I think this is wrong. I think there's been a mistake. Now, I will add that I do think engagement has been dropping off on Facebook, with some exceptions. There are a few very specific groups that I find I have good interaction with. And I do know quite a few people now who don't really look at Facebook much or have actively come off it. I don't think you can actually delete your account yourself. I think you're sort of trapped on there in some form forever and ever. So there is that side of it. But the issue is, of course, if you use this for your business, and there were some people in those Reddit groups who say they rely on Facebook for their business. They're using Marketplace, they're using Messenger, they're using Facebook Business, they're putting ads out, because this is happening not just to personal accounts, but business accounts as well. And basically, that whole stream of income is suddenly, boom, it's gone within 5 minutes. And again, you've got no recourse. So the issue is, where else do you go? Whatever our likes and dislikes of Facebook, it is absolutely huge. It gives you a global reach, and with people setting up those very specific groups, you can, of course, pinpoint and target the people you want to get in touch with and be visible to. What are the options? I don't know. I don't think there's any similar platform. I know there are some. I'm going to be looking into those, but realistically, how many people are on those. Now, I am still on Twitter. I refuse to call it the other name. And I know some people have left that as well because of, well, we know because of what. I have maintained a presence on there, but I have also set up a Blue Sky account as well, which seems to be picking up speed. A lot of people are joining that now, and it's a much more pleasant environment and atmosphere to post your stuff on. But it's difficult on those to target people because there's no groups set up as far as I can see on that. Now, WhatsApp is good. We have it for our class groups, so you can send out a message, oh, we're going to be 10 minutes late today, or today we're doing this in class. But it's not really a good platform for getting into discussions. A little bit the same with Discord. I do use Discord as well, but I do find it a little bit clunky in that you might have a specific folder, let's say tabletop gaming. Within that, you can post the message, and when you check back later, if it's a busy one, there'll be 50 messages posted since yours. So you sort of have to scroll back to try and find it. Oh, there's a reply. You know, for me, perhaps it's just my age. I'm not keen on doing stuff on the phone, this kind of scrolling stuff, especially with my eyesight. So maybe that is a bit of an age thing, but I find that a difficult place to, again, get into a communication, a two-way communication. You can post something, someone says, oh, right, I'll give you a little thumbs up and all that. And then there's 5 other things coming in straight away. I know there are some other options in terms of getting your content, getting your stuff out there. I use Patreon myself for my podcasts, Innsmouth Book Club and Strange Shadows. And I know there are several other people who use Patreon as well, such as Henry and others. And I know there are various sort of blogging outlets that people use as well, different times of blog, Substack and other things, which I think, again, have an option you can subscribe to, a paid subscription to get more content. So there is that model as well. The trouble is with those, you have to bring people in. Whereas on Facebook and similar, you put something out and potentially everyone can see it. If you're targeting a specific group, then anyone who logs onto that group or looks at that group is going to see your post. So what do we do? Well, my thoughts at the moment, because my attitude is always, if you can't go forward, go sideways, my thoughts have been turning more and more to setting up a forum. Now, forums probably sound prehistoric to anyone under the age of 30. I don't know. Help me out here. But there are still quite a few around. There's a very good Robert E. Howard forum that's lively, discussing all the works and characters of Robert E. Howard and films and comics and games, all that sort of thing. There's a big wargaming forum. The name of it escapes me at the moment, but I know a couple of the guys down at Bedford Gladiators are active on that. And again, that is split into all your different eras, all your different types of gaming. The thing is with the forum is, for me, it's very easy to navigate. Yog-Sothoth forum for Cthulhu stuff, that's another very good one. So you go on there and you've got Call of Cthulhu Gaming, and you go into that, and then you've got all your different periods, Victorian Cthulhu, Modern Cthulhu, etc., etc. So it's very easy to find, to zoom in on a particular subject. Other than that, again, you have films and movies on there. You can put your events on there. Very easy to access, very easy to post and to interact with. So I was thinking, of course, apart from all my regular stuff, of setting up a Facebook group for We Want the Gold, along the lines of that Fantastic Battles group I mentioned earlier. I thought this would be great. We can get a group going. I can post videos there, how to play the game. People can send in battle reports, ideas for scenarios, any rule tweaks they're using, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, not only now can I not access Facebook, but if I could access Facebook again, do I want to take the chance in setting up a group like that, getting in, let's be optimistic, a few hundred members, we get this nice thing going, and then one day I get a message again, oh, your account's been deleted. You know, do I really want to take that chance? The answer is no, to be frank. So, likeliest thing at the moment is I'll be setting up some sort of forum Now, I'm going to use this to cover my Innsmouth Gold work, so my writing, my music. I'll use it to put up details about the Innsmouth Literary Festival and the Innsmouth Book Club podcasts, of course, and also all my gaming stuff. So all my Dragon's Teeth stuff and all my battle reports and everything else, I'll set up sections for those as well. Now, of course, people have to come in and join that, and that's going to be the difficult part. So I would ask, if you do enjoy my work in any way, whether it's these videos or my writing or anything else, when the time comes, if I get that up and running, if you could just pop over and sign up, I'd be very grateful. Because, you know, you don't necessarily have to be taking part in something, but I'm sure you've done the same. You know, I've looked at forums and you look on it and it's got 3 members and that's it. And you think, well, that's not really worth joining. If there's 150 members, I think, oh, right, you know, I can talk to some people here. I'll join that one. So I would appreciate any support you can give that way. As far as the Facebook thing goes, if I can get access again, I will set up another profile. But I think I'm going to be very sparing in how I use it. I'm certainly not going to be sticking up all my photos of the dogs and the cats and all that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done with Facebook as far as that goes. I shall use it purely to put out information about my videos, podcasts, and other activities. So that's it, really. Thanks for listening to me rant. I'll be very interested to hear if anyone else has had the same experience. And did you get any resolution? Or, like me, does it feel like you've been permanently locked out of Facebook for good? Maybe this is a good thing, you know? Perhaps this is what we all needed to help get our faces out of the mobile phone thing. I'm sure, like a lot of us, I tend to get into a situation where I've got the mobile phone around at all times. It's over there just now. And if I've got a second spare, I'll just, you know, have a quick look on Facebook. Oh, has anyone made a comment on my post yet? That sort of stuff. So it does get very addictive. Maybe this is what we need, a bit of cold turkey, so to speak, to get us out of that and start exploring other ways to communicate with people, other ways to share our ideas and get our thoughts and videos and books and writing and music and whatever it is out there to other interested people. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Are you moving away from Facebook? Have you moved into other areas? What is working for you? What hasn't been working? And just a sense in general of how people are communicating and interacting with each other. Because gaming in particular tends to be a very sociable hobby. You know, we've got war games clubs, we've got shops, we've got groups, we've got all this stuff going on. And, you know, if you can't find someone local, there's the option for solo gaming. And again, there's a lot of stuff online talking about that. So at some point in gaming, you are interacting with other people. While social media has been very good at helping with that in some ways, it seems to me that if it's suddenly yanked out from under you like this, then potentially it's quite destructive. So thanks again for watching today. I do look forward to hearing your feedback. Interesting to hear what you've said. Let's hope YouTube doesn't go the same way or we really will be in trouble. I'll see you soon.